Hello, Helena. I'm Emily McVeigh, Executive Director of the United Way of the Lewis and Clark area. Welcome this week to our United Way Partner Spotlight with Angel Fund. Welcome, Marcia and Janet.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
Good to
having
see
us.
you guys. Tell me, what is the mission of Angel Fund and who benefits from the community's donations to Angel Fund?
Sure. So the mission of Angel Fund is really to help the Helena area students and greater Helena area students with 4 different programs that we offer. Started out with the clothing piece. We have clothing. Students can purchase their own clothes at our partners in the community. We have Stuff the Bus under our umbrella as well, so school supplies, running shoes through partnership with Running for Montana's Future and the Helena Police Department and the school resource officers. And then we also have graduating high school seniors in the Helena School District can apply for scholarships to go on to a Montana higher education of some sort, trade school, 2-year, 4-year. So great programs, 4 different distinct programs, but we work very closely with partners in the school district and in our community.
Yeah, people might not know that because they see Stuff the Bus. That's the most
Right.
obvious community-facing part of what you do, but you have so much more behind the scenes in helping students. Yeah.
And I think the clothing piece, when it started, and also the running shoes, really it was more of a quiet kind of program and that's what makes it kind of unique and special too. More people are learning about it as well. I mean, we're going into our 33rd year, which is fabulous, since Marcia Wall, our founder, created this many years ago. But it started out a little more quiet, which is great for the families because they seek out the Angel coordinator in the schools. They fill out a 1-page simple application if they qualify for free and reduced lunch. And then they take that form to one of the 4 partner community retail stores. That's TJ Maxx and Walmart and Target and Old Navy. And they do their own shopping. It's just so fabulous because it's, they get to pick out their own things. Nobody knows anything different. They take it to the service counter, and then the Angel coordinator from the school goes and pays for it and lets them know when they can pick it up. So no one knows anything different, and the students are just so excited to put their new clothes on and come back and show the counselors and their teachers their new duds. So
Yeah, that helps the shy families who aren't really excited about asking for help.
Right.
Makes it a lot more comfortable for
yeah,
them.
it's a little more quieter, personal. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and being able to pick out your own clothes, especially for teenagers.
Yes.
Big deal.
Brand new clothes, and they get to pick them out themselves. So it's fabulous.
Awesome. So the mission of Angel Fund is leveling the playing field for students in the Helena School District. What does that mean for elementary school, middle school, high school? That must be different because of the different ages and needs.
Well, what's wonderful is that this is our 2nd year that we've increased the amounts for these kids because of COVID and lots of circumstances, and we were able to raise a lot of money. And as a nonprofit, you never keep your money, you spend your money. So I'm happy to say that we spend a lot of money for kids, directly for kids. So elementary children now get 150, and middle school, high school get 200. They get also a backpack from Stuff the Bus of school supplies, and school supplies now are in bulk. So before school, they can go pick those out. And then if they need shoes for gym or just athletic shoes, they can also do that through Running for Montana's Future. So if you add all those things up, and maybe a calculator for our higher math kids, which they check out like a library book now in both high schools, they end up with quite a bit, and it's wonderful. And we're very proud of that we could increase that amount.
And I think it's great that the students can just start off fall, with everything that every other student has, so that's the leveling of the playing field. It just helps them be like everybody else.
Yeah, those calculators are really expensive. so
They
that's
are.
really
They
a
are.
big deal.
They are those Texas Instruments 84
Yeah, I actually was
graphing
just
ones.
helping a college student try to find one, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are expensive. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Was that the TI-84?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So
So-
that is an awesome
Yeah.
benefit to have
It's
for
wonderful.
kids.
Yeah, and with those, you know, we buy them in bulk, and then, as Marcia said, they kind of check them out. If a senior needs it to go on to college too, they can sometimes be able to give
We
them
gift
one
it
of
to
those
them.
too.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. So, like you said, Angel Fund is 33 years old. You've obviously seen some huge impact to the Helena School District, and probably many, many families that have benefited from this. Tell us what you've seen impact-wise from Angel Fund over the last 33 years.
Well, we started at one school, Helena Middle School. I wish I was 33 years old. I was just a baby when I started it. I'm kidding. So we started out little. A few students needed certain things. And now we're starting our 33rd year, and we're anticipating over 1,000 children will need our help this year. So it's grown leaps and bounds. It's amazing, actually. And then I always wanted just the scholarship part of it too, because I think kids need help going to college, and if we can help them and they don't exactly have a 4 or a 3.8 or 9, and we help them too, but kids in need, if they are going to a junior college or a trade school and they need help, that's what we do. So it has grown, and now it's in all of our Helena schools, and we also have great news. We're going to offer scholarships to our sister district, so graduates at East Helena High School
Oh, great.
can apply for a scholarship.
Because
So
East Helena does have their own little program, the Cubs.
Tiger
The
Fund.
Tiger Fund, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to Angel Fund, so
Yes.
students out in that district can get that assistance. So
Yes.
nobody's really left out. It's just the Angel Fund covers Helena, and East Helena has their
Right.
own little program.
And we also help them through Stuff the Bus too.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So great collaborations, great
Yes.
working together. It's great news for the East Helena High
I know.
students for scholarships.
First
as well.
graduating class at
Yeah.
East Helena will be this spring, so it's great for them.
Yes.
Awesome, great. So, how did Angel Fund get started, Marcia? You were there when you were 1.
Yes. One or two, I can't remember now.
Why did you decide to make that a nonprofit?
Great question. So after helping kids, when I was a counselor at Helena Middle School, as a counselor you went around to all of the teachers. We talked about certain kids that maybe needed certain things. And one day the zoo crew, that was the 6th grade team, they said 6 or 7 kids didn't show up to go to a field trip in Bozeman, Museum of the Rockies. And I heard that, and I said, well, why? And they called them. They said, you know, hey, where are you? You know, we can hold the bus, whatever. And they were too embarrassed to say they couldn't afford this $6, $7 fee. So the light bulb went off in my head that day. So I just said, that's so unacceptable. So I just said, and my husband and I were raising 3 children at the time. So I came home and I said, okay, we're going to raise some more kids. So as the years went, I knew there was a huge need. And so I started writing letters. As Janet can attest to, I'm a great letter writer, old school. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to ask a different set of people. And then I just kept going. And then I discovered grant writing. And then I went to Helena High as head of counseling, and I thought, I can't leave the money in one school. I have to go to all schools in Helena. So then I thought we have to do a nonprofit, because I was using the school district's nonprofit number. So Garrett Carlson at AZ and Joel Kaleva, he's an attorney now in Missoula, and myself sat for all summer, and we figured out how to do it, and we turned it into the IRS, and we became a nonprofit in 2000. So I just felt like we needed to be separate from the district, because we wanted to put the money in a separate account than a school account. We wanted to put it in a nonprofit bank account, and that's how we had to do it. So, and I learned so much about nonprofit. And I'm retired as a school counselor 20 years this year, and it's a happy birthday to United Way, because Angel Fund has been a United Way agency for 20 years. And I just knew as a nonprofit that we could reach more children and do more things. And so it was a wonderful step to take, and I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, that's why people always ask me why I got back into nonprofit, because we just have the capacity to reach more people.
That's right.
Without some of the strings attached to other places. So,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I'm here.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So what changes have you seen last couple of years, obviously different, to your delivery, the way you take donations, the way you give out the money to assistance to the students and teachers?
Sure, there's a few changes. I mean, Stuff the Bus is probably one of the largest because we went from physical donations to monetary grants to the schools. So the schools request their grants based on what their needs are, and so that was the biggest change that we're actually keeping that method because the schools love it. They much more prefer the grant because they can purchase their supplies in bulk, exactly what they need and exactly when they need it. So the grant can be spent throughout almost the whole academic year. So if they find they need all these crayons in the fall, but then they're short on something in February, they can purchase it when they need it. So that's been great. The schools just love that. And that was probably one of the largest. And then the fundraisers have changed a bit with COVID, but we still are doing as much as we can with those. We're finding some new and different kind of fundraisers and different community partners that reach out to us and do some different things, like cornhole tournaments and scavenger hunts and things like that.
Yep.
But our largest fundraiser is the same but a little different. We have our on Broadway dinner evening, and that's coming up in December. It's a silent auction, but we went hybrid with COVID. So it's a silent auction online 2 weeks prior, so more people can see the items, they can bid on them early. Everything's electronic through an app, so it was wonderful for us. So we had more and more items and more bidders. So that's been a great fundraiser for us. And On Broadway donates 50% of the dinner proceeds, which is amazing and unheard of. So thank you
Yeah, I
to
think
them.
last year you guys had bidders from out of state on your
We
silent
did.
auction items.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
East Coast, West
Yeah.
Cost. It was
was
great.
great.
So yeah, all the better.
I delivered.
All the better raising money for
To
Angel
Oregon.
Fund.
yeah.
It was my daughter, but I still delivered.
Right? Whatever it takes.
That's right.
So how many students does Angel Fund help each year or reach in the school district?
Sure. So, really about 1,400, including the Stuff the Bus, because that's kind of greater Helena area, so Lincoln and East Helena, Montana City, those kind of areas. About 1,000 we anticipate this fall for clothing and the running shoes, and then with scholarships as well. So it's quite a bit, quite a few.
A lot of kids. And
Yeah.
how much money has been requested by the schools this year?
So it is 187,000 for the clothing. We have another about 53,000 in scholarships that we awarded for this year, and then just over 50,000 in 57,000 spent in the Stuff the Bus campaign as well.
Big dollars
it
going
is
back to the
large.
schools. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
awesome. So you talked about your fundraiser coming up in December. It shows December 5th here. What
December
other
5th.
events do you have coming up?
Yeah, we have one just this month. This is September, September 27th.
Already?
Yes, and it will be at Copper Furrow, and that's always a fun time. So it's a great spot. And September is a great time. We get a lot of school district teachers out to those ones because they're back at it in full swing, and so they just come out to say hi and thanks. So.
And then proceeds from every beer goes back to the Angel
$1
Fund
of
for
every
Copper
pint,
Furrow.
yes.
Yep.
And then we do a raffle item as well, which when they're at the breweries, sometimes it's a growler and a fill. So yeah,
Well, that's always a good thing to win.
Yes.
Nobody's ever going to complain about that. So if a person wanted to contribute to Angel Fund, how would they go about doing that?
Our website has just a wonderful little QR code, and they can also do, and it goes to PayPal. And I think they're putting on the screen our website. Is that correct?
Yep.
Our
It's on there.
our mailing address is P.O. Box 7436, Helena 59604. So we take donations through the mail. We go to the post office a lot, and or through PayPal.
Yeah, easiest way probably to go to the website and make a direct
Yeah.
donation through the PayPal system.
But we
Yeah.
also have something new with our school district.
Right, so brand new, thank you to the Helena School District and Angie Ford, their payroll person. School employees can now do a payroll deduction to donate to Angel Fund. So that's brand new, and it just makes it so easy. And you know, $7 a month helps one student buy their clothes for the year for Angel Fund. So every little bit counts and it helps, and if you're doing it just monthly, that really does add up. So it's kind of nice. So, and one other thing with the online through PayPal, you do have the option, even if you don't have a PayPal account, you can just pay by credit card too.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything we missed about Angel Fund? Any important information to pass along before we sign off? We covered all the bases.
I just want to say thank you to the community. We couldn't do it without our donors and our community partners, and they have stepped up greatly in the last several years for sure, and just very appreciative of all their support.
Awesome.
And
Great.
thank you, United Way.
Yes.
Thank you. It's great to be partners. Yeah. Thank you, Helena, for joining us. We'll see you again next week.